Well, Americans' grocery list may be getting even more expensive. The USDA recently raising its inflation forecast for the prices on beef, pork, and fresh vegetables.
Jeff Flock is at the Grand Food Center, a smaller food store in a suburb of Chicago, where that grocery store is feeling the squeeze of higher food prices. Jeff, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at anything that's good, and that's asparagus. I think Lori's over in the asparagus there for some reason this morning. I don't know what turns her on. Dan Kleba it's a great story. The Grand Food Center. You were a bag boy at this market, and you bought it when you were how old?
24.
You were 24. Yeah. What possessed you?
I was a wild man.
You were going to make it somehow. Yeah. You're right, Dagan. You talk about food inflation. 27.2% is what lettuce is up year over year. Tomatoes are up 10%, 10.6%. Potatoes up 12.1%. And you are running tight margins here, and you do value added. This is in a well-heeled community, but you got to be competitive.
Well, there's no question about that, and we like to partner with our vendors. Everything's handpicked off the South Water Market, and
the market in Chicago.
The market in Chicago, exactly. And we work with them, and they work with us to make sure we get the best prices that are down there.
This used to be, and you can't even tell anymore, but if Lori spins around, this used to be one of the old A&P stores, which for those of a certain age remember, A&P was the big grocer in the country. You've remade it. The government doesn't like to include food in their inflation estimates, but we all eat every day.
Well, there's no question it's impacted us, and some of the more sensitive commodities jump literally on a daily basis.
And you actually price every day. You change prices every day.
Almost full time now.
Wow.
Both up and down.
And you never used to do that.
No, it was we do weekly checks. Now we're finding ourselves out at other stores on a daily basis just to make sure we're staying competitive, which we are.
And Dagan, they have a person who's on staff full-time who goes around to competitor stores and prices there so that they can make sure they stay competitive. And in a place like this, the margins get squeezed when food inflation hits. There you go.
That's a real interesting insight, isn't it, into the business there. Yes, those are, Jeff. Thank you for that. Jeff Flock and his fine photographer, Lori Bolodick, who loves asparagus, as it turns out. So there we have it.
Okay, moving on. It's to more serious topics.